The Cape Barren goose is the largest goose resident in southern Australia. They're also one of the world's rarest geese. In fact, the possibility of the extinction of the species was one of the great conservation issues of the 1960s. So it was wonderful to encounter a flock near Port Lincoln on the Eyre Peninsula in South Australia. Cape Barren geese can be up to a metre long, with a wingspan up to 190 centimetres and weigh between 3 and 7 kilograms. The decline of the species began in the late 18th century with European exploitation of the large seal populations on the Bass Strait Islands, which had been, before European settlement, secure, inaccessible breeding sanctuaries. By 1820 the sealing industry had collapsed, but the sealers stayed on and killed the geese for food. On the mainland, hunting on the Cape Barren geese's non-breeding range added to the slaughter. They're very much a bird of the southern coast, seldom seen far inland. The main population exists in South Australia, Victoria and Tasmania, and there's a small outlying population of a subspecies in Western Australia. While the species is no longer regarded as being in danger, it's clear that their range has shrunk since pre-European times. The Cape Barren goose was first scientifically described in 1801 by the English ornithologist John Latham. Latham was able to examine specimens and images of Australian birds reaching England in the last 20 years of the 18th century, and he named and described so many of them he's sometimes called the grandfather of Australian ornithology. He was also a prolific but indifferent illustrator of his own ornithological works, publishing this illustration of the species in 1824. In terms of accuracy, Elizabeth Gould's illustration, drawn around 1840 for her husband John Gould's blockbuster 7-volume Birds of Australia, was a quantum leap forward, but then she had the advantage of actually travelling to Tasmania and seeing the geese. And John Gould, who never turned down an opportunity to sample the flesh of the birds he shot, said of the Cape Barren goose, "It appears to be strictly a vegetable eater, consequently its flesh is excellent, and all who have tasted it agree in extolling its delicacy and flavour." He noted that it thrived in captivity, but wrote, "It is by no means a desirable addition to the farmyard, for it is so pugnacious that it not only drives all other birds before it, but readily attacks pigs, dogs, or any other animal that may approach, and often inflicts severe wounds with its hard and sharp bill." Cape Barren geese are strong flyers, so it's ironic that they're probably the only living relative of an extinct metre-tall giant flightless goose of New Zealand, a relationship first proposed in 1866 by the English paleontologist Richard Owen. The Cape Barren goose's ability to drink salt or brackish water enables the species to breed on offshore islands. Each pair defends a nesting territory, with both sexes building a shallow nest on the ground. The female lays between 1 and 7 eggs. Outside the May to August breeding season, they form small wandering flocks like this one.